Breaking news from Hollywood. Will Smith has been banned from the Oscars for 10 years. The Academy announced the decision today, saying his unacceptable and harmful behavior at the Oscars overshadowed the celebration of incredible work in film. Of course, Smith walked on stage and slapped Chris Rock after he made a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith. The Academy thanked Rock for maintaining his composure under extraordinary circumstances. For more reaction on this, we're joined by entertainment journalist David Kaplan, executive editor 1010 Wins and WCBS in New York. So David, walk us through the decision here. Of course, we all saw the slap. What else did the Academy have to consider here?
Yeah, I mean, so the Academy, first of all, needed to consider, the reason why he did it. They had to take into consideration the reaction from other Academy members, what they felt about it. They had to take into consideration any sort of impact or double standards that people would have thought, would other type of actors, would they have been given the boot right away? So there was all these things, because it really snowballed. Right afterwards, the Academy producer said, no, we were ready to arrest him. Then it said he'd lied. So they really needed to take all this into consideration. Then eventually, obviously, they made the decision today, which I actually was surprised. I really didn't think it would come to that. 10 years, and not even, just the Oscars. He's banned from even any Academy events. There's always events leading up to it, whether it's luncheons and that sort of stuff. So he's banned from that. He does get to keep the Oscar, which is not surprising. But it's a really, it's a huge mark on him for this.
Yeah, of course, he's already one of the biggest stars in Hollywood. What kind of long-term effect might this have on his career, if any?
He's going to lose projects. I'm certain of that. I don't think it's going to be this widespread mass. Again, he had at last count, about 42 projects actually in production in some sort of way, whether it was in pre-production, post-production. So he has a lot. 40, more than 40 is a lot, but there's definitely some that are already, they're cooling down. He had a project with Netflix, which last week they were kind of walking back a little bit from. There was another project. So definitely people won't want to deal with it. It's just because, you hear his name, there's already now a negative connotation. Not that they expect him to start hitting people on movie sets, but there's just that name association.
So Smith is banned from the Oscars and other events, as you mentioned, for 10 years. Has there been any talk already about changes to the Oscar format to stop anything else similar to this from happening in future broadcasts?
No, there hasn't. Nothing yet. Again, because I think they look at it, hopefully as a bit of a one-off. So they're not expecting it, but hopefully they didn't put, ideas in other people's heads. But nothing yet about the format. Maybe they'll change the seating. But again, this year was a little bit different. It was very casual seating in the front row. They had, they were seated. They were like these couch-like seats. So I think just even the way the seating was set up this year, it was a much more casual kind of environment that just sort of lent itself to that behavior.
So, of course, because this happened at center stage, he literally walked up there and slapped Chris Rock. Is there anything that the Academy will have to do where, they have to make sure that this doesn't happen? And is there anything in this case where this is a black mark on the Academy at all?
Yeah, I think there's definitely a black mark on the Academy because I would say most people, including those in Hollywood, other actors, other members of the Academy, don't think that they reacted in the right way. I think most people thought he should have been reprimanded right away. He should have been asked to leave. People didn't think they took it as seriously afterwards because of his star status. So I think you're going to see they're really going to have to evaluate how they respond and how they react. I don't think they had a good sort of first response to that. So I think that you're definitely going to see. And then in terms of actual kind of like physical changes into the actual ceremony, they probably may change a little bit, the seating. And again, the reason he was front row was because he was nominated for a film. And all those sort of, Nicole Kidman was there. But definitely they're going to look, I think, about they need to have a better protocol in place for sort of last minute things that happen like that.
All right, definitely is the moment we all remember and are talking about, of course. Unfortunately, as we mentioned, overshadowing a lot of the other stuff. Entertainment journalist David Kaplan, thanks for joining us on this for Reaction.
All right, thanks a lot.